Hello, friends. Welcome to yet another episode with me, Owen Fernandez, on Tea Talk with Owen. I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever in the world you are. Today is the 12th of October 2021, and as I sit in Central Europe, I just want you to know that the weather is getting cooler and cooler day by day, and we are almost entering into the winter season. So you'll see my outfit almost either with a sweater or with full sleeves or with a jacket. So all our winter stuff is going to come up, and we are looking forward to a good season of winter. Anyway, our topic for today is how to cure the Sunday blues. Friends, you may be wondering what transpired me to come up with a topic like this. Well, uh, over the years, when I have been watching social media, I have found out certain people on a Thursday evening or maybe on a Friday morning, put up certain posters saying that, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, it's been for a long time. But I have seldom, in fact, I haven't seen anybody put up something like that. Thank God it's Monday. Another reason for me to come up with a topic like this is that on this last Sunday, two days ago, I met a couple of people that I know, and we were just discussing about work, back to work, and so on and so forth. And almost two out of three said, "Oh, tomorrow. Oh, yet another Monday." Why is it? Why is it that people, some of them, you know, talk about the weekend, but do not talk with excitement about a new week, a new start to the week? With the limited amount of intelligence that I carry, I believe there could be only two reasons. The first one, a positive one, they work so hard, they bring in so much of value to whatever they are doing that they are so tired and exhausted that they are looking out for some rest and some activities to re-energize on the weekend. Wow, hats off to them. But then I believe there are many, in fact it could be millions, who just are tired of not doing the things that they love to do. In fact, they may be doing something that they even hate, or they could be doing something for a living. And I do understand. Now, this topic, episode number 47, How to Cure Sunday Blues, is something that I have just gone through the internet and I have found out from various resources. And this is what I have found out, and I would like to share with you on this topic. Friends, many of us begin to groan and moan as our precious weekends come to an end. It's just not because of the interruption of fun with friends and family that triggers this Sunday blues, this saddening effect, this almost depressing evenings. This Sunday blues are also called Sunday scaries. It's simply because there is an element of anxiety about a week gone and something that is going to come. And maybe it is not to our satisfaction, or maybe we simply cannot avoid, but yet it is still there. Many think about the difference in the feelings between a Friday afternoon and a Sunday afternoon. A world of difference happens between these two days. What once was very exciting, full of promise, has now brutally and cruelly come to an end for most of us. Now, I am a family man, I am a father of two daughters. For us, it starts around 5 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon when we need to cut short of everything. I do the start, cut short of everything, and then we slowly and steadily get into a different type of an atmosphere at home, wherein which we change our mindset, we change the frame of our mind in order to get to the working mode for the children to go to school. And let me tell you one thing, friends, I'm being very honest. It is not at all easy. Well, let me back this with a little bit of research. According to 2018, remember the year 2018, a LinkedIn survey showed that 80% of professionals say they experience the Sunday blues, the Sunday scaries, often triggered by a rush of hormones associated with work related stress. Wow, 80%. Now, this was in 2018. Friends, that's far from an ideal way to wrap up our weekly time off. Another similar study found out that 81% of more than 1,000 respondents said that they become progressively more anxious as their restful Sundays come to a close. Psychologists call it anticipatory anxiety, or some of them term it as situational depression. Now, if that is you, or if you can relate what I'm talking about, or if you can even picture somebody in your close vicinity, including your friends, your spouse, your relatives, or your family members, I believe we know what we are talking about. Nearly two-thirds reported a restless night's sleep on a Sunday night, which they attributed to job related anxiety. Now, I believe this particular research was done on adults. What about doing it on school going kids? And it's just not because people hate their jobs. Even people who said they loved their work reported anxiety over job expectations and workload. Now, as I said, that this research was done in 2018, I would be very curious, friends, to know if a similar survey is done now. And what would the results be? Would that 80% come down, or it could take it up further, with most people now having a choice? And of course, sadly to say, some of them have got no choice. Those people who have a choice, are these figures going to change because we have an option now to work from home? Will the climate of rushing through heavy traffic on a Monday morning create some sort of a stress on a Sunday evening? Now, to get all the answers today, I still have good news. The good news is that there are some simple but effective tips to overcome the Sunday night blues if it is caused by your habits or schedule and not anything psychological, friends. By learning to be more present, we could put down the scary and anxious feelings and instead conclude each weekend with a greater sense of ease. I know it's difficult for many, which will allow us to step up into the coming week with more intention. So, welcome, friends. My name is Owen Fernandez. Grab a cup of tea or coffee, take a comfortable seat and relax as we go deeper into this topic. Episode number 47: How to Cure the Sunday Blues. Friends, if you're here on this call for the very first time, please go to the chat box, introduce yourself, just type your name from where are you watching from. And if possible, you could also interact with me while I am live. I see a good friend of mine from Muscat, Oman, Adnan Nagrani. Hi, Adnan. Welcome to the call. Good. So let's get started. As usual, I normally start with a quote, and this time I've picked up a quote from Stuart Brown, a psychiatrist. He says Sunday nights aren't considered the end of a great weekend, but the beginning of something neither the child nor the adult is looking forward to. So I believe many of us should should make a note of how we feel on a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday evening. I repeat, according to Stuart Brown, a psychiatrist, Sunday nights are considered. Let me bring this into focus just in case if I haven't. Yeah, Sunday nights aren't considered the end of a great weekend, but the beginning of something neither the child nor the adult is looking forward to. What could be the possible reasons? Why do we feel this way? Now, let me first try to define what is this Sunday night blues. Simply put, it's a feeling of dread, of anxiety, of sadness that comes over us on a Sunday afternoon or an evening. It is also known as Sunday night depression, and psychologists they tend to classify it as situational depression. The word situational depression is very important. Why? Because this depression happens as a reaction to your circumstances and goes away when the circumstances do. So it doesn't stay on Monday evening, Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, Tuesday evening, and so on and so forth. It progressively is either forgotten or it fails to surface on different days. So it has got a specific uh, time phase and it has got a specific day, and that too on a Sunday. So, what could be the reasons? I'm sharing a few reasons out here, and friends, if you think that it is relating to you, or if there is something that you feel that you need to add on, please go to the chat box, and I would love to interact with you. Good. The first and foremost thing, or a reason that could cause Sunday blues is we normally tend to think about the loss of a weekend. Oh, it's over. Saturday is gone, Friday evening is gone, Sunday morning is gone. So there is a cascading effect saying that it's over. The second reason could be some of us we regret not spending the weekend as planned. Now living in Europe, I know weather can be highly unpredictable. So even if you plan something, okay, the chances of that plan being ruined by the weather is very high until and unless the weather gods are really really good and can give you a good day without any wind blowing or temperatures falling. Now I'm talking about most of the time. So one of the reasons could be the regret that you have not spent the weekend as planned, or something could go wrong. The third reason is anticipation of the week ahead. Oh my god, I do not know what's in store for me. I do not know what's going to happen. I do not know what's in what's awaiting us at the workplace, or anybody going to contact me, and so on and so forth. The fourth reason is thinking about all the unpleasant parts of the work and worrying about them. Now, not all things about our work is pleasurable. Though I love my job, there are certain things that I would, rather outsource rather than doing itself. But then there are certain things that we need to do. So some of them get these Sunday blues because they're thinking about the unpleasant parts of the work and worrying about them. Another reason, friends, is lack of meaning of what you do at work. Now, I call it alignment. Now, I do understand that all do not love the job that they do, but they do it for a living. I'm fortunate to do what I love, and you can see that. But I understand that not many fall into the category that they love what they do. So many people lack meaning to what they do at work, but they still have to do at work. So when it's Sunday evening, they think about, oh my God, I have to go through this invoices. I've got to fill in this thing. I've got to do that. I've got to make this call. I don't like that customer. I don't like what I do. It's all about data and it's all about analytics. It's nothing about connecting with people that I love, so on and so forth. It's about a lack of alignment. Another reason why people could get into Sunday blues is that they think about all the things that they have to accomplish for the next 5 days that are ahead. It could be something that you need to continue on a project and so on and so forth. But something that I could relate to could also be a reason for Sunday blues, and that is a bad boss. Many, many years ago, I too had these Sunday blues. I was excited that the weekend was coming, and then suddenly in the evening, preparing myself for the next days, that was Monday, and then encountering a very difficult, domineering, power hungry boss was a challenge for me. Fortunately, things changed later on. But if you have a bad boss, there is a high possibility that you would have to experience something called Sunday blues. And another reason is that there could be a possibility that you are bullied by a coworker in the office, or you could be subject to sexual harassment. Now have a look at this. These Sunday blues, the reasons for these Sunday blues, and relate if anything falls into this category and you experience these Sunday blues. So now that I have cited the reason for Sunday blues, what next? Are there any tips to cure the Sunday blues? Let me share some things that I have found on the net and some things that actually resonated with me. And I really like the concept of doing Sunday on Saturday. Friends, try this out. Do Sunday on Saturday. Why? Because mostly we schedule the fun stuff for Saturdays and obligations for Sundays. Now, when we do this, friends, this only reinforces the Sunday blues and makes it even worse. Instead, why not plan some fun activities for Sunday so that it keeps us distracted and also busy, leaving us less time to think about the upcoming week? Now, in my home, as the Sunday evening approaches, there are a few programs on television that are quite exciting. For example, the Superstar and so and so and so forth, which helps us glued to the television set. And of course, I've got children who are also talented and they would like to see certain talents shown on screen. But if not, we have some games, we have some puzzles, we have got some riddles and so on and so forth. So I keep them engaged, and in the process, when I engage themselves myself with them, I'm equally involved. So rather than keeping all activities on a Saturday, why don't we move some fun activities on a Sunday afternoon just to escape from the Sunday blues? The second tip that I would like to share here is think ahead, plan ahead. Why? Because it builds up momentum. If you don't, it could basically be the result of stress. Now, to beat this stress, and if we clear up our desk, our workstation on a Friday, it saves a lot of our time on a Monday morning so that we can get to work directly. Now just imagine, it's better to clean dishes after lunch or dinner is over rather than keep it behind for the next morning. And suddenly you will find yourself, oh my God, the very first thing in the morning when you see these dishes piled up, it becomes a little bit of, a bad starter. So, by organizing our thoughts and preparing for upcoming meetings that are going to take place at the start of the week, It will give us a good head start, and it will also help us to set up the week ahead. Think about it, plan ahead. The third tip that I would like to share here is unplug from emails during the weekend, and especially if there is some sort of a temptation to check what's happening on a Sunday evening. Unplug from emails. Friends, getting into a habit of checking the emails during the week and keeping the weekends exclusively for personal activities helps you set boundaries and stick to them. If we can take time to recharge on the weekend, a Monday morning at work will be that much more productive. I see a good friend of mine, Winnie from New York. She says proper planning prevents poor performance ahead. Absolutely true. So when I say unplug from emails, I also take the liberty to advise unplug from getting any work related notifications until and unless they are extremely urgent and important. Friends, we are living in an age where we are constantly bombarded through social media notifications. In fact, our cells of recognition, are totally manipulated, and people get nervous if they don't have their devices on. And believe me, while the device can work for your good, the device can make more damage than good. So think about it. Set boundaries, unplug from emails to prevent from Sunday blues. The fourth is practice mindfulness. Now, as you get into the Sunday evening atmosphere, try to do some activities. Why? Mindfulness helps us to live in the present versus the future. We can set some time apart for ourselves, being in a state of reflection, being in a state of calm, having postures of peace. This helps us to understand ourselves better. Now, even if you are in a job that is not what you would love to do and you have to do it, now this amount of time where you spend with yourself, rather than highlighting the problem of the work that is going to force itself on you on a Monday, why don't you relax, be calm, go deep into yourself, and look out for a solution as to how you can come out of this situation? Practice yoga, practice meditation, or simply go for a walk. It definitely helps. It definitely helps. My tip number six is change focus. Take the liberty of distracting yourself rather than being in a state of anxiety and situational depression that invades your Sunday evening, causing you Sunday blues. Now, when you talk about focus, you have got to remember is whatever you focus on expands, it grows. So you've got to be very careful on what you choose for a Sunday evening. So choose something and allow yourself to be distracted with something pleasant, which can help you snap out from that negative spiral of experiencing different emotions on a Sunday evening. Why don't you call a friend? Why don't you to read a book? Why don't you practice a hobby? And even when you're reading, read something inspirational, some quotes that will beat the Sunday blues. The whole idea is to focus on something that can just snap out the negative thought on a Sunday evening. Tip number 6 that I would like to share with you is be social. Spend some quality time with people with whom you enjoy their company. Now, Eric Emmanuel Schmid, a Franco Belgian playwright, a short story writer, and a novelist, as well as a film director, once wrote, I really enjoy spending Sunday evening with friends because Sunday evenings are always frightening. You are obsessed by the fact that you are working again the next day, and sometimes you can get the blues. I always decide to spend it with friends in the evenings because it's very nice. Choose a few people in your inner circle or somebody that whose company you enjoy and distract yourself. It's always good to ask how did their week go? What is their expectation? How is their life? Now I do understand, we are still in certain countries, we are still under social distancing, but nothing stops you from giving them a call. Try to be social. And finally, practice self-compassion. Friends, being too harsh on ourselves for not doing enough will only worsen our Sunday. Instead, let's be kind to ourselves and acknowledge that we can do what we can do, and we can do only what we can do best. Think about it. When you know that you have done your best, and when you are still getting the Sunday blues, it's a reminder, and I'll just share it with you after I summarize this. Make the rest of your weekend more meaningful by doing something that we enjoy and keeping our thoughts on that activity. As I said, Sunday evenings are not easy for many of us, and that includes me as well. So, these 7 tips that I shared were: do something on a Saturday, think ahead, unplug from emails, practice mindfulness, especially yoga, meditation, change your focus as far as possible, be social, practice self compassion. If there is anything else that you would like to share with me here, please go to the chat box and just write it down there. So, as I end this, I basically would like to share with you a quote from Caleb Black, a certified life coach and a business consultant for Maple Holistics. The quote goes like this: being stressed and bitter is an unhealthy state of being. And if it's work related, then it might be a sign that you need to rethink your career. Igor Mitic, co founder of Fortunely.com, says, while Sundays are tough for everyone, and I do agree with him, there is a difference between the usual blues and ones that signal that you need to have a bigger change. Friends, think about it. If you feel lazy and less motivated to prepare yourself for work or for school, then your Sunday blues is telling you that you need a career change, or the subjects that you are actually being forced upon is not something that you like and love. Friends, I would say the most urgent sign of a need for career change is being unable to recognize yourself. If you feel like you are uncomfortable in your own skin right before going to work or before going to school or before going to university, and if that feeling starts on a Sunday, it's time to reconsider. It's time to reflect. Something in your spirit is telling that there is a lack of alignment. Winnie says, since it's being said here that most heart attacks happen on Mondays, it makes absolutely sense to take care of your mind on Sunday, following my tips or whatever it is. It's true. Friends, whatever you call it, it's a real thing. 78% of people get it according to a monster poll, and of the Sunday sufferers, it's almost 80%. And out of those 80%, 62% get it really bad. Can you believe the anguish, the struggle? Some of them may not show it, or some of them may show it through behavioral ways, by throwing tantrums, by getting angry, by screaming, shouting, showing some signs of nervousness. Friends, know this for sure, that if you suffer this Sunday blues regularly over a period of time, and if it continues, and if you are going to be a victim of this, there is some prompting that you cannot ignore. There is some sign that you need to make a bigger change in your life. So start exploring your options. Maybe you'd like to upskill your future, or maybe you would like to take a step, or maybe you would like to leave a particular job and move on to something else. It's a warning, it's a signal. Now, whether you change your mindset or your career, make sure that you would be able to look forward to Mondays. It would be great for me to see certain post on social media or on my social handle saying that, oh, I'm looking forward to Monday, not because you want to run away from your family or run away from the weekends. It's simply because you feel more aligned. You look forward rather than just thank God it's Friday. Don't settle for anything that takes your joy, your peace, your happiness away. Time is precious, my friends, and every day you wake up, it is a gift. Make your life count. Thanks so much for watching this episode. You will find the references of what has been shared at the end of this talk. Feel free to use them further for your personal growth. Friends, we are on episode number 47. If you liked this episode, please comment and share. Also, you could go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. There you will find this video and many other videos. Remember, the win is always within you. I am here to help you be victorious. I believe in you, and together we can. So make sure that in future, whenever you get depressed or whenever your mood swings into something not very pleasant on a Sunday evening, it is called Sunday blues. Make sure you focus, use the certain tips that I have shared, cure, or for that matter, reflect and change your trajectory into something that will make you look forward to Monday mornings. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. See you on the next episode on Tea Time with Owen. Bye for now.